Interesting.
We're live. There we go. How's it, Jordan? How are you, man?
I'm very well, man. It's we live in interesting times, and then we find ourselves. What's is the new norm? E-working and video conferencing.
Exactly. The world's a completely different and a new place. So, a lot of possibilities. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because I'm in the IT business, okay, and for many a year we've been kind of talking about the possibilities of working from home. Everything's cloud-based. Other than the urge or the need to be at an office for, let's call it 9 to 5, there's nothing else limiting one from being there. And there's quite a lot of debate. I was in exco sessions all day yesterday, and there's a lot of debate on how we can now start really taking the lessons out of this work from home and COVID and flexible working. Why should you sit in the traffic, especially in Cape Town, which is, as you know, now I think officially the most congested city in South Africa.
Yeah.
So it's interesting times, very definitely.
You're a very interesting guy, because you're an entrepreneur, okay? Yeah. And you got a massive love for cars. But before we get to the car, I want to talk about the business side of it.
Yeah.
You created Mobeewash, which I thought was absolutely phenomenal. Explain to everyone. I used it. How did explain to everybody what Mobeewash is?
Okay, so Mobeewash is an Uber for car washes, to put it in perspective. And it emanated, so maybe rewind very quickly. I have an IT background. I started in IT as a software developer back in '85. And through the years, I now own my own IT company. And when I started my company, Bumblebee, it was to do two things. High-end consulting to enterprise clients. It's a nice way of saying getting into the enterprise and helping them get the best out of their systems, but also to innovate and develop our own products because of the Internet of Things. As South Africa, we've got the best IT skills. We on par with the world. We were always limited by this little point we live in, far away from everywhere, and the fact that communication technology wasn't there, or it was very expensive. Now that's a thing of the past. So a great friend of mine, Norman Orense, he's a lawyer, and he said to me, Sean, I take my car to this place in Rowland Street. They use street people to wash cars and give them jobs. Can't you develop them a website or something? You're an entrepreneur, you'll know. And I said, Norman, let me think about it. And it dawned on me, well, websites, as you know, they're but a small part of the digital ecosystem. And being in IT, we've taken on graduates over many years, and it's not easy to transition people from academic learning into being very effective in the workplace.
Yeah.
And it stems back to how they were
street smarts, two different things.
Yeah, and also their motor skills and all this. But to teach someone to detail a car, it's actually quite easy, and you can bring out an artistic passion in somebody. We've got an old guy now, Timer, he's affectionately known. He's been with us now since 2017. You want your mag or wheel clean, because that's all he does. Right? He's not strong enough really to do the rest, but he's got a roller chair, and he will clean that and detail your wheel second to none with pride. Okay. Yeah. So the Mobeewash idea basically came about. I said, instead of a website, why don't we develop an app, just like Uber? And we wanted it to be eco-friendly as well from the get-go. So we actually developed it, started in 2016. We had it ready around about June, July 2017. And we launched it in Australia. My business partner is in Australia. And it's a very robust environment. People are very critical or very accepting of stuff. And it was, we ran the launch and the proof of concept for almost a year, brought back all the lessons. And at the same time, 3 months later, or prior to ending it there, we started in South Africa. And the original idea was, as an IT company, to be the IT company, the car wash company that didn't wash cars, almost like Uber, or like Airbnb, Alibaba. And what we found was that there wasn't enough quality car washes, because you can, as you know, you can give immediate feedback. You can rate the wash. You can book it when it suits you, so you can schedule the wash at any time. or you can do an on-demand and they'll come to you, or you can go to one of our centers and have your car washed. But instead of queuing, you can book it. So we're waiting for you to pull in. So the concept worked very well. The model works exceptionally well. We've now launched a franchise called Mobeewash, which allows entrepreneurs to basically invest for relatively cheaply. It's up to 50,000 Rand. I say up to 50 because we are mindful of different circumstances. And you're instantly in business with a brand. We have 7,000 people now, 6,970. It goes up by about 300 new clients every month. So it closes down to 7,000 clients online, and they're ubiquitous. You can, if you're in an area and you pop up like Uber, you can service their vehicle. We have premises in Capricorn Park, which you've seen early days. Yeah. We've got one in Plumstead, we've got one in Durbanville, we've got partner operators in Somerset West, up in Gauteng, Roodepoort, and the likes.
So I saw them in Roodepoort, funny enough.
Okay.
I drove past them, yeah. I know that guy.
But you know, Joe, it's been, so the nice thing for me has been, so where did it come from? The one was, we need to create jobs. You're an entrepreneur. And you know, I've watched the Rod Shop. It's just amazing how life works. Yeah, you and I are chatting. I've watched, and I always admired with interest the stories. I watch all of the American, as we probably all do, the hot rods and petrol heads and the chip fooses and you name it. And for me, the passion for cars. When I left school, I was going to start my own racing shop, and I went to work at Alfa Romeo as an apprentice mechanic. And they left in '85. They pulled out of the country with apartheid. And how I got into IT was my lecturer at Tech actually said to me, "Listen, I was really good at maths and science," and he said, "You should do IT. You know, why are you wasting your time with cars?" I said, "You don't understand. You don't get it." Be that as it may, I found myself out of work, and a year later, I enrolled and got into IT. And the rest, as it says, is between all of that, I shuffled music, but there was always this love for cars. So I've owned 16 BMWs over that time, and the last 5 culminated in the M's, you know, the V8 and the M5, the V10. And I just never got around to the real passion of being able to race regularly and do all the cool things that you get to do, and interview chaps like now, and look at this, you know, the artwork and just the passion that these guys have. So yeah, Mobeewash was actually a combination of IT and cars. I thought,
love for cars.
Selfishly, I can get my car cleaned while I'm sitting chatting with you. I'll just plug it and they'll come and wash my car in my driveway or in my garage.
The part that I love about it. So basically, for the laymen out there, you can sit in your office at work. You can go on the app and you can tell them to come clean your car, and your car can be sitting in the parking lot downstairs, and you watch them drive in, clean your car, wrap up. You can like press a button, open up for them, they clean it, and then they close it up. And I mean, everything was secure, everything's all done. It's a phenomenal thing.
Look, I mean, we went about it there also with because we couldn't find quality enough operators, because they were not used to immediacy. So people coming back, "Hey, my window's dirty. I'm rating that wash 1 or 2. I wasn't happy with it." And the guys, they just didn't. We've got a rule in Mobeewash. If somebody's not happy, it's a free wash.
Yeah, immediate.
Perfection, immediate. You go back, you can't. And because it's all online, we know immediately when somebody is unhappy. And we went about training. We've got a Mobee University at Capricorn, where we train our staffers. And after 3 months, we hire them as temporary staff. After 3 months, they either cut it, and then we hire them permanently, or we let them go.
Yeah.
So, and those include the criminality checks, everything. And we've not had a single instance, not one instance of theft or damage since 2017, right?
Can you give us, once we're done, give it a think. I want to put all the links and everything out. I'm sure these guys that's now going to be looking for some opportunities after this, a new business and business ventures and stuff as well. Maybe let's get everything out and let's get the information out there to everyone.
I'll do that, Joe. I'll send you the typical proposal that we've got an overview for someone that's interested in it. I think the important thing to note is that people can trade under Pit Pompies if they want to, using the Mobeewash app, which we do have. You can also create any service offering that you want. We happen to use waterless and our foam as well, because foam works and we use a bit of steam. But if you want to use water, or you want to use, I don't know, whatever, and you want to charge whatever rate you want and set up your own business, you're totally able to.
It's like I said, it's like Uber and Airbnb. So just so guys know, any car wash can sign up to the Mobeewash app. Am I right?
They can.
So if you're a current car washing company, you can just go sign up and be a part of the Moby system.
100%. And the value add to a car wash company is typically logistics. So there's a physical limitation that we'll call it the hub. We call it the hub and spoke model. So there's a physical limitation as to how many cars you can have queuing, or how many cars you can wash at any given time. You also don't necessarily know when there's going to be a rush or not. So it's oftentimes, all of a sudden you're really busy or you're quiet. This model allows you to buy a scooter or a bakkie or whatever vehicle of your choice. It just becomes an extended wash bay for you. So if you're really busy, your cars, your bakkies or your cars can actually clean on your site, because you just tell the mobile teams, hey, I need you here, we're really hectic. Or you can extend the service. So instead of needing to go hire more premises, you just have your vehicles out during the day. So you're multitasking, you're expanding your business. And the one other advantage is, if you have multiple sites, the app manages all of that for you. You can actually see, so you get to know what your workload, and you can do your capacity planning. So how many people are scheduled to wash on Friday or Saturday or Sunday, and you can declare, or you can decide your working hours, your capacity. That's all totally online. You decide and run your business.
You're converting your company from a sit-down restaurant to a McDonald's, basically, with delivery.
Well, there we go.
Bottom line.
But you can get your peppered steak delivered to your driveway.
so I mean, that's brilliant. Like I said, it's that next level from a business perspective. So if you've got a car wash that is surrounded by business complexes and that type of stuff, you don't have to sit and wait for the clients to come to you, which they can normally only do during their lunch times or drop their cars off in the morning or something. You can just send a crew out to go service everybody in the area. It's a brilliant concept, actually brilliant.
We've got a fleet management module as well. So a lot of the clients, so what it really helps is to help build your annuity revenue streams. And every wash is documented completely. What time it started, what time it ended. We have pictures of every vehicle with the pre-inspection. We can go back to 2017 and pull out any specific wash, what the rating was. So we carry all of that, and it's all about being able to give you. So if you want to claim the expenses, full detailed expenses are there. We're talking to insurers at the moment to start doing pre-inspection and also doing the cleaning. You know, a lot of the fleets, especially with this now, the sanitization with COVID, suddenly finding that we're really hectic, and we've decided to split the vehicle into interior and exterior, because in winter your exterior might be dirty, but there's no reason why you shouldn't have a pristine interior. So I think it's a great opportunity for budding entrepreneurs or even seasoned businessmen. There's no such thing as easy money. It requires hard work and pushing away, but we found it's been working well. The most important thing, Joe, is we've employed over 60 people in 3 years, and that's just Mobeewash. Our other operators obviously employ more, and there's an opportunity to employ upwards of 10,000 people nationally.
The nice thing is, like you said, it's not a lot of money to get started. Now, for the guy that's sitting, I mean, we know there's a stupid amount of retrenchments happening at the moment. This is just that opportunity where you can sit and go, shit, I live here, there's like 15 townhouse complexes around me. I can sit on my ass and I can be depressed, or I can do this and get a bit of help, and like I said,
and look, as I said, we promote waterless, which is fantastic. There's hearsay about it damaging your car. It doesn't.
Yeah, I know technology.
That's another story for another day. But
yeah.
you know, we promote waterless, but you can use water, you can use steam. It's up to you as to how you want to set up your business. But the waterless is particularly effective in up in Sandton, with all the complexes there, because there's no waste, there's no water running. You don't need special drainage. We use the proper cloths and the microfiber cloths and the likes. So no, it is a no-brainer, and it often we have about a 95% retention rate once people have experienced it. It's almost like, why would I ever want to go and queue in a line again?
It does make sense. Look, I don't know if you guys have someone in Mossel Bay, because my issue is my wife deals with horses. Okay, have you ever seen a horse person's car? It is nasty.
We cleaned it for you.
Well, you should see the Bucky, the Navara that we've got. It's nasty. It's nasty, you know, because it's constant blankets and all this type of stuff. And the problem that you've got is, you're constantly busy. So she gets home and then you're busy with kids and stuff. You don't have that time where you can go, oh, well, I need to take the car for a wash, or I need to go do it. You know, it's if your family, you're constantly busy. That's what I loved about Cape Town. That's what I loved about that app, was the fact that you couldn't just sit and go, okay, well, she gets home at 2, so schedule the guys to be here at 3. Car gets cleaned, everything. I can still get my meetings done and everything else, and the world's a better place. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's even better when we used to watch rugby and cricket and whatever. You're sitting with your mates and all their cars have been cleaned outside. You just book it.
Exactly.
Now, look, to answer your question, we have had 2 inquiries from Mossel Bay and the Garden, George and Mossel Bay.
Yeah.
There was the last time I spoke, you must have been to that collection in Iceland when we went up on the Moby run with our Lotuses, and we stayed at Samoa, and then we were invited to the guy's place. He's got a Mercedes heaven.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. There's bigger. There's other collections behind them.
Oh,
there's Ferraris, every Austin Healey that's ever been made, Bentleys, the Pope's Rolls Royce is sitting there.
Wow.
No, it is like an insane. 300 C's, Ferrari Dinos, like mole stuff.
What I'll do is, Joe, next time because we do plan a run, so we come down the Art 62 and we end up down the Outeniqua, I come around Uniondale, and then we do the 7 passes, and then we stay over at Samoa. But when I'm there next, I'll give you a call, and we'll literally just make a plan. But come back to your question.
You need to come for Samoa Hill Climb.
I was supposed to do it last year, and then decided against it because of the weather. Yeah. And I wasn't going to participate.
But yeah, that whole week, because this year I think they're still going to do Samoa, but normally it's a week. So you've got the Knysna Motor Show, which is the most prestigious motor show in the country. It's like South Africa's Pebble Beach. So it's only per invite. So you see some of the cars you've never seen before, and then the next weekend is Samoa Hill Climb. So you need to come spend the week with us.
I'll definitely do that. But I'll definitely do that. I've turned, and I don't want to say turned down because that sounds almost pretentious. I decided against it because of the weather. We were going to come up. As you know, the Hopper is an open, complete open seat to the Cobra as well. I was like, not going to do that. But no, definitely do that.
But that now gets me. So you went and you bought yourself a backdraft, didn't you?
I did indeed. I tell you, when I watched
How's my friend Tony doing? He's awesome, isn't he? I love that.
He's such a great guy. You know, but you don't realize the motoring royalty you're meeting when you meet him. And if you didn't know it, you wouldn't know it. Tony's just like a really laid back guy. But no, it was absolutely great meeting him. I'll tell you how it happened. So the year before, when we first met in person, I'd literally just taken delivery of my Hopper.
The Hopper, you and I still went for driving.
I said, listen, take a drive. She's done many a mile since then. It's been up to Knysna about 4 times. We've done many loops around Oudtshoorn and the likes. And it was great. The reason I mentioned that was we had we have an annual Mobeewash run or Mobee run.
Yeah.
And there were two guys, Bob and Ian. They live in Somerset West, and they've got this burgundy Cobra. Beautiful. It's just, and I'd always hankered towards a Cobra. And about 20 years ago, I took one for a test drive. I think it was at Owen Ashley's. This thing had like 450 horsepower. But it was a dog. I mean, I put my foot down, blew smoke like crazy. But after like 160, I thought, oh, shit. And I was turned off the thing, you know? Yeah, I was turned off the thing. And then I seen the workmanship on Bob and Ian's Cobra. It blew me away. And I was like, must be important. And when we got to speaking, because we were on the tour together, they said, no, it's a company called Backdraft, Tony Martin's company. Another guy, John Scott, who was one of the founder members of Birkin, the Lotus 7. And how all of this happened was I bought a Birkin Lotus 7 to fix up for Mobeewash. And I got referred to Craig Harper, who then referred me to the Birkin factory, who then referred me to John Scott. Anyway, so they, as you know,
everyone knows each other.
And then we came back, and I was just amazed at the build quality of this car. So anyway, I spoke to Bob, and I said, or Ian, I said to him, listen, man, how do I get, so he said, look, they do mainly exports for the States, as per your clip. And I ended up speaking to Tony, because then I started looking for a Backdraft, and there was one for sale up in Umhlanga. And I left a message on his phone saying, listen, my name's Sean, I'm looking to buy a Backdraft. I'd like some information on one. And we got to chatting. I thought, what a cool dude. I said to him, tell you what, why don't I fly up and we meet? Yeah. And that was last year, February. And by March, we decided we're going to build my car. And then 10 months ensued, and it was fantastic.
So if you go to Rod Shop and you go look online and you look at the interview I did with Tony Martin, I think yours is sitting on the list.
That's my car.
There we go.
I see it. My buddy says to me, he says, Shona, look, technically, it might be one of two, to be fair, okay? Because
no. The ones on the lift was the only South African ones.
Oh, no, then that's my one. Then it was
that's
my
yours.
One. Yes. Yeah, no, it was
that's
mine.
Yours.
Because there was one that went to Dubai with that color. And there was, but mine got finished after the Dubai, and it was on the lift because that we put a mean machine. It's got a stroker LS2, but the last of the LS2 with the cathedral heads, right?
Yes.
And it's got a crazy cam, so they couldn't get it to idle because it's a race motor.
Yeah.
And, they needed to get some, you'll know, some idling mechanism imported from the States. And that's why it was up on the lift all the time waiting for it. But no, I mean, what an experience.
Nice car,
my first, I mean, it's so different, Joe. And again, I've had V8 M3s, I've had V10s, but there's something and the rawness. Now you know this because I don't. Kurt Schoenrod is a mate of mine, and he took me in one of these, and he was saying, my China, when you feel the like real muscle. I was like, fine-tuned V8 revving at 8, that's for me. But I was coming down, so we won't mention the speed because I know this might get me into trouble. But I was sitting behind an E63.
Yeah.
Okay, this is I just newly had the Cobra. And both Tony and John, when I collected the car, they said, Sean, please, okay. You've got 450 horsepower at the wheels when she started wheel spinning. So
that's traction control.
Yeah, but that was on the what do you call it?
On the dyno.
So they said she's got a lot. Okay, so just be careful when they get to know. I said no, I'll definitely do that. But there's this little inch down at the bottom on the full acceleration that opens another bit of fun. And I was behind. My wife we were coming back from Franschhoek, so I was still nursing. I hadn't, and along comes this E63, and I know those 63s are quick.
Yeah.
Go, and he's and I hear him going. And I popped third. And I came around this oak like he was standing still. I couldn't believe it. Gone. Oh, that was so. No, I mean it's a horrible car to drive in traffic. She coughs and splits and
Yeah, exactly.
Just an
What a
occasion.
drive,
I
What
came
a
over
drive.
Oak Upsaville.
Yeah.
On Sunday morning, we had our first run. And I came down, and I was actually shouting in the car through Oak Upsaville. Like, and no,
You know,
amazing.
I hated AC Cobras for a long time. I couldn't stand them. I always said, to me, they were cookie cutters.
Yeah.
You know, they all look the same. And after spending time with Tony, and then Ross and them at Cape Cobra, and taking those, I want one. I'm gonna have to get one now. It's just I appreciate it so much more.
When you're next down, you must come and drive mine. And I think the reason for that is, so the independent suspension, it's all BMW suspension. Tony, you interviewed Tony. But the caliber, the car stops, it goes.
Yeah.
And whilst it's not Hopper territory on cornering or Lotus 7 territory, it's no slouch. It will corner pretty nicely. But man, it's not a cruiser, it's a bruiser. You know, it will sit all day at whatever speed you want to put it on. As long as you get over 2,000 RPM in my motor's case, because like I say, it's a bit wild, but the more I'm driving it, the more I'm really enjoying it. If I'm honest, I think I'd probably take the Hopper long road because I enjoy that more. And the Cobra is the sort of look around and have some fun to them. You know?
Exactly. But so, I mean, you've built quite a nice car collection. So you've got the Hopper now. You've got the Cobra. You said you got a 911. Did you buy a Porsche?
Yeah, I have one of the first 991 Carrera S's.
Nice.
So I've actually got the number plate 991WP. Oh, that's nice. No, it's just because it was one of the first.
What I fell in love with now, and if I could find, I'm probably going to have to go for a replica. I drove one, and it's the last magazine we had out to print. Porsche Speedster 356.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
I drove that sporty one that were at Creative Rides when I did the photo shoot on that thing. Yeah. Look, it's a Beetle.
Yeah.
But oh man, I'm having dreams about that 356 at the moment.
When you went up to so there's one for sale, or there was one for sale right at the Backdraft factory. There's a panel shop opposite, and this guy.
Yes, I know the guy.
He's a drift guy, but he's got an absolute beauty there. Bright color, grey, red leather interior. It was just a bit rich for me at the time. I was buying the Backdraft. But I agree with you. I was watching Jay Leno this morning, actually driving one of the sort of. It was a genuine 356, but it was a RestoMod because it was too far gone. But the guys literally used all Porsche units.
I got to tell you, I'm not allowed to mention names or anything on this one. I get a phone call a while back from a guy in Joburg area. I need to make this as vague as possible, otherwise he is going to kill me. So it's the Joburg area. He bought a 356 with 35 kilometers on the clock.
Oh, that must be the most valuable in the world.
Not 350, not 35,000, 35 Ks on the clock. That means basically it came from the factory, it drove onto the ship, and then it drove on from the ship, it came to South Africa, drove to his house, and then for the rest of the time, went in around the block and went back in. 35 kilometers. He says he bought it from a guy who was a few Ks up the road from him. He sent a truck. He says literally he could walk to the guy, but he sent a truck to go fetch it because he didn't want. He says, but there's not a speck of rust on it. And I actually thought he was lying, but he sent me photos of the speedometer and everything.
Wow. That's one of a kind. I don't think you get any like that.
Yeah.
Look, the one thing about Porsche, I've been a BMW nut, still am. I love the M cars. My buddy just bought, a Joburg-based buddy just bought an M4 CS.
Yeah.
And he said, so what did you do with your M2? He says, well, I gave it to my wife. still kept it. But he's got a Z3M and he's got the Z4M. He's creating quite a nice BM collection. But I know that's a stunning car. I mean, the only thing is that the Porsche build quality, if I'm honest, is it's exceptional. If I compare it to any of the cars that I've owned, my Porsche is 7 years old now. I swear, you get into it. It's done 34,000 Ks now, but it's still crisp. You know, you don't think it's older than a month, or it's still spotless.
I'm looking. I was saying earlier, these guys in Spotless, and they're collecting. They're sitting with the 740i. Okay, the one like there was in the Transporter. Okay,
yes.
with those M wheels.
I know the car. It's the V8. You had the 750, which is longer, and the 740. Yeah.
That car just it's 100K.
Yeah, I know you're getting so much
car that is for 100K. What I'm looking for at the moment, and look, I was gonna buy one, and then obviously COVID started. Now I'm broke and I can't. But I'm still gonna look for one. I'm looking for X5 3-liter diesel. Apparently, the motors are bulletproof.
Yeah.
Massive, you can put serious kilometers on them. So keep a lookout when you're on that side for me, for one. I'm not looking for the sports with the sports pack, but it needs to be the first shape X5.
First shape, okay.
I think that they normally go for anything from about 60, 62 to 100.
Yeah, you pick them up for nothing. You pick them up for nothing.
One.
I'll definitely, I'll keep an eye out.
Because at the moment I'm sitting just with one car. Because that was my plan. Because I wanted to start shooting my show, my TV show, and I had the budget worked out. And I went, okay, well, this, because I drive everywhere. It's because of moving into crew stuff and everything, it's just easier to drive. So I thought, if I'm going to drive somewhere, I want something that's at least comfortable. And the BM, with how the back opens, actually it's easy to shoot from the back. And the suspension is very soft, so you don't pick up a lot of bounce.
They're great cars. I convinced my buddy to buy one brand new. And we actually walked in. He's still old days walking in a case of cash. Paid for it. It was a black with a tan interior, and I remember it was stunning.
That's what I'm looking for, black with tan. Yeah, that's the color.
No, you know what? So what I've got, just the cars that I have at the moment. So we bought a Beetle. I say we because my son is equally passionate about it, and if I'm going to leave it to anybody, it's him. So we kind of find the time to work on these things. The Hopper was preceded, as you may recall, by my 7, which so that's a fully modified Ford Kent Crossflow, and it's nice, but they're fragile. I've got the third motor, so I don't drive it much because you've modified it and you want to rev it, but they just don't take. I know.
Don't take the punishment. Yeah.
They don't take the punishment. Then the other one is a clamshell, just good old fashioned 4-speed 1600 Sport. That thing you'll see on the picture when the warehouse that we opened up on that video is actually outside Swellendam.
Yeah.
A place called the hotel. He owns Ferraris. His father was a Porsche racer. In Rotterdam, the Rotterdam hotel. Buffelsjacht. Is it Buffelsjacht? When you come outside Swellendam?
I don't know. I need to go find
out.
Yeah,
it's Buffelsjacht. Yeah. Rotterdam hotel. And awesome place. If you're wanting places to shoot from, or you just want to go and chill with car clubs and it, really, that's where we rendezvous on the first night, and then we kind of end up. But so the 2 Lotus I've got, and my son's got that white one, which has got a Duratec 2-liter in it with a 6-speed box. He's now learned not to be too well because he replaced 2 diffs on it. So that thing that's awesome. It's it's got semi-slicks and it's also been up and down to Neisner twice or thrice. So it's road, it's running and it does it. And then got the Hopper, I've got the Cobra. And then the Beetle is a 70% restoration. We bought a 71 model Beetle. It was just neat, and we stripped the entire thing. The only thing is the panel beater, took it completely apart, resprayed it. And for some reason, he closed shop after that. His wife, unfortunately, got cancer. But the car was sprayed beautifully, and then we started finding the paint coming off the doors and the bonnet and the he just blew it over. He didn't the main body he had, and then he just. But you have no way of knowing that when you collect the car.
Yeah.
The car's beautiful. But the other one I'm excited about is I inherited. It's an E30. It's probably the only one of its kind. It's a black. It's basically a shadow line. But it's a 318i.
Yeah.
It was ordered. It was spec'd from BMW, from the factory as a shadow line spec. So the 318is, you recall, didn't have the 3-spoke.
Yes.
This one's got the 3-spoke. It's black on black, sunroof, full electric windows.
You better send me photos of that.
I'll send it. It's got the original BBS rims, and my dad had his Toyota twin cam stolen. He was a school headmaster, and I went, and there's a guy called Greg Simmons. We used to get the used or the early used. In this case, was a demo trade-ins, because when the guy was supposed to take delivery of this car, something went wrong and he didn't, and then they created a demo. But this was a highly spec, very expensive 318i. So long story short, I put a deposit on it, and my dad ended up buying it with his insurance money. And over the years, because at the time you either had aircon or power steering, not both.
You couldn't have both.
So for his 70th birthday, I actually sent it out to Donford's at Stellenbosch and had them go through the entire car, do the valve job on it, the car's only done 197,000 genuine Ks. It's a 1991 model. Okay, and I had I had shocks, brakes, the whole continuity done, and had the steering recovered in leather. And then my mom unfortunately passed last January, and the car I never knew was in her name. So of course, I inherited the car. I was like, oh, okay. So I sent it, and I had it. I spoke to quite a few guys about what I should do, because the car's immaculate.
Yeah.
But the was, and everybody to a man said, don't respray it. Just
you don't repaint the Picasso, bro.
Yeah. And that's what we did. And I mean, we took it on the last Moby run. You actually see, I think there's a clip on it. We actually, she was one of the support cars. Those boots take a big space, and went like a dream. So I mean, she's basically got everything: power steering, and it was other power steering for the Donfords. And it just goes. Joe, you started. It doesn't even. You touch the keyboard.
Did you see that 3 Series after the E30 project? I'm busy with it at the moment.
No, I haven't. No.
We're going to relaunch it probably this week. I'm busy with a project called Win My Ride with MTN. We are giving away a wide body E30 328. Proper wide body kit imported. The car's sitting with Ace Customs in Joburg at the moment. It's SMS competition and stuff. We launched it before it. There's some videos out of me driving it, the car before I got it. So we're giving away.
I must check it out. I could
build on this thing. The budget on this car is like 750K, and everyone's come to us and they like, saying that a E30 can cost that much. I want to tell everybody we actually over budget on the build of this thing.
No, that's awesome, man. I'd love to check it out. I think just coming back to your question on Mobeewash, because it's about finding the right. So even through to what you call it, where everybody goes in Christmas time.
Yeah. Split.
Split, yeah. Sorry, my
J-Bang, Split. Yeah.
Good luck plays there. My son lives up there used to live up. He's left the band now. But that entire area, neck of the woods, is crying out for this kind of service. Because the beauty is, the other thing that people don't realize is you can set up a virtual garage anywhere. You can create an address and say, here's my fixed site. And you can direct people and say, make the bookings. And then you just pull up with your van on the site and you clean, or you go to them. So I think what we should possibly do is, I'm keen to get the right operator in Mossel Bay. And when I say up to 50 grand, we can give them the opportunity to start. in other words, without paying the startup fee. I do that simply because I find if you don't charge, people don't take it seriously.
Yeah, it's true.
But for us, the app and the platform is there. It's a matter of creating. We do the brand, we do everything for them. And
I think it's a great opportunity. I think for all small towns and stuff, it's a great one. Listen, we're running out of time, and I can hear I've got a 9-month-old screaming, getting ready for just waking up. Listen, thank you so much for the time, dude.
Thank you, man.
I'll speak to you. Yeah, let me get to sort him out, and then we can take it up from there. Thanks, man.
Excellent.
Thanks for being on the show.
Great, man. Have a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, likewise.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.